It's time for another Giants Huddle podcast brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. I am John Schmeelk. Today, it's the targets. It's the wide receivers. The Giants have a lot of players in that room with a lot of varying skill sets, some young players, some rookies, a potential burgeoning superstar in Malik Neighbors. It's a fun group. Looking forward to talking to them today, the Giants wide receiver group. And now we're joined by Giants wide receiver, Jalin. Hi, Jalin. What's going on, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Blessed to be here.
So It's been a lot of fun watching you in the spring. Has it been as much fun working in the spring as it been watching
it's been fun. Getting back on the field, again, being with new guys, with Russ and, other guys that we, brought in from free agency or the draft and, just being there with them and just see what type of team we can be, this year and, developing that relationship.
It seems like you've really developed a good relationship with Russell Wilson. What is it about the way he's approached you? His first press conference, he mentioned you. He singled you out as someone he was looking forward to working to. What has it been like building that relationship with him?
Yeah, it's been good. Russell, he's a true pro. And how he goes about his business, how he goes about his day. And for me, just, being around that, trying to see, his consistency, see how he works every day and just to change myself and change how I think and, my mentality, when I step on that field. One
thing all the receivers have said is that he lets you know and he's very clear about what he wants from you guys, what he wants you to do and how he wants you to do it. What does that mean in practice when you're out there on the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's all timing. It's all timing. Being in the right spot, when he wants you there. Trusting, it's all about trust. Can you trust your receivers? Can you trust your quarterback? And, for a quarterback perspective is, can the receiver be in the spot that I want him at? And for a receiver, perspective is if I'm getting open, can I get the ball? And once those two sides are working, that's when the relationship, continues to build. So that's what I'm working on.
What were your big goals just heading into this offseason, trying to get back and be a better player?
Yeah, for me, it's just consistency, being disciplined, making the plays that come to me, and once you do that, more opportunities, they come. So that's really my mindset.
I'm sure you heard what your teammate Darius said. He said, I think Jalin put on 15 to 20 pounds of muscle in the offseason. I'm like, that's a lot. Do you want to share how much you did add, if at all?
Yeah, I mean, I played at like 170, 171 last year, about 194, 195 now. So,
really?
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what darkness does to you. It changes you.
194.
Yep.
You haven't lost any speed though.
Oh no, the speed will stay there. But for me, it's just learning to run at this weight, learning to play faster, play bigger, play stronger through contact, and I felt like that was one of the things that I need to work on from last season. Just felt weak, so just had to get stronger.
I think that's fantastic. You mentioned trying to play through contact. Now, in the spring, there's not as much as that, right? Because there's no pads. Sure. It's not really as much contact. Are you looking forward to seeing how this will translate once the pads do come on?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
The Giants bring up Paulson Adebo. That guy's a freaking monster. Yeah. He's like 210.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure.
Using that in the summer.
Yeah, for sure. Like you say, right now this is all about, developing relationships and, learning your teammates. And, this really isn't the real thing yet. When training camp comes back in, about 5 weeks, that's when things start, really start kicking in and preseason and obviously, the season. So, that's what I'm looking forward to. I've been looking forward to the season since the last game of last year. So it's been a long time, but it's coming.
Now, I'm not tracking this every play, but I'm out here watching every practice, and my sense is that they're moving all the receivers around a little bit more, right? I'm seeing you. I saw you inside a little bit more. What has that been like moving into a lot of the different spots so far?
Just, I had good conversations with Daves and Joe Shane about, after last year, what we can do to, have a better, year three, for me going to my year three. And that was one thing that, I pointed out was, I want to move around. Don't want to just stay on the outside. I play slot at Tennessee. And, I just want to feel that slide again. And at the same time, still play outside. Just move me around so, you can get in the game, feel the game. So that's really what my mentality is. And just being there, being in the right spots that, Russ wants me in or whoever the quarterback is, and just trying to develop that trust, with the quarterbacks and also my coaches.
Why do you like playing in the slot?
For me, it's just that's I'm just used to it. I played slot for 3 years at Tennessee, and obviously played it in high school. My first year playing outside was time I got to the league, so just took me a little minute to adjust because sliding and outside receiver is two different things. For me, it's just I'm comfortable with both sides. Being outside or inside, it's just I just love moving around because you get to see the matchup, you get to see who's on you, get to see if it's man, you get to see if it's zone. You get to go against safeties, and not only that, you can feel the game, feel the speed. So that's probably why.
Final two questions.
Yep.
Compare your comfort level in this offense, running all the routes they ask you to run today. I'm not going to take you back to when you were a rookie, because I'm sure then that's a whole nother game, to where you were at this point last year.
I can run every route. That never been a.
And you were in practice, by the way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely can run every route. But for me, it's just, showing that, not in OTAs, not many camp, but showing it, preseason, showing it in the game, and taking advantage of my opportunities. Like I said, obviously I didn't have a lot of opportunities last year, but I felt like I didn't make most of my opportunities when I did have them, and that's how this game goes. You take advantage of your opportunities, you get more, and that's really my mindset going into this year 3.
Final question: what makes the Russell Wilson deep ball as legendary as it is? Because we all heard about it, we see it on TV, and then you come here, you see it in person, you're like, nah, it checks out.
Yeah.
Yep, that works.
No, he's obviously a great player. Great resume that he has and what he has done since he's been in league. But I think what really makes it different is that he throws a deep ball. He throws it. He trusted the receiver to go get it, and that's one thing that he told me. Time we got him. He called me, and we had a good conversation the first day that we signed him. And I didn't even know who was calling me. I didn't have his number saved. I'm like, who was this? And just Russ on the phone. FaceTime when I was in Dallas. So just for me, it's just developing that relationship. But what I want to show is that I want to be in the right spots that Russell Wilson wants me in, and wherever he wants me at, that's where I'm gonna be. So that's really what I'm trying to do. With this relationship that we have going on, and just being there for him. Whenever he needs help.
Let me just follow up with that, because the one play sticks out to me from spring. Yep. It was down the right sideline, right behind us, and you guys were in perfect coordination on a back shoulder throw. Mm-hmm. The coverage is good. I think it was Paulson Adebo on you, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was really annoyed. He's like, I had good coverage, but you turned the hips late. He put it right in the sideline. You got your feet in, you turned, you caught it. Is that the type of being in the right spot and having that timing right with him?
For sure. It's that's why I say about saying being in the right spots that he wants you in, or what the quarterback wants you in, because that's what it comes down to. It's all about timing. It's all about timing. Obviously the D-line rush in the NFL these days are elite. Guys get back there quick. And it makes it harder on the quarterback, obviously. But for receivers, we got to speed up our routes. We got to speed up what we got to do. And like you said on that back shoulder, yeah, it was against Paulson. Obviously a great corner in this league. But just developing that relationship that we have. I went to San Diego to train with him. Just being in the right spots. Wherever he wants me at, and taking advantage of it.
Jalin, good stuff, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Yep, always.
The Giants Huddle podcast is brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. From game day celebrations to your everyday financial needs, Big Blue fans can get the most out of every moment with Citizens. Go to citizensbank.com/Giants.
Huddle up, get in here. If you're lined up here, you gotta go over the middle with it to score.
Right. How do we make that happen?
I don't know.
But Citizens does.
Make sense of your money with Citizens, official bank of Eli Manning.
All right, now we're joined by Giants wide receiver and return specialist, Ihmir Smith-Marsette. Ihmir, what's going on, man?
Chilling, how I do, cool, how I cool.
All right, so this is now your second year. Like, is your comfort level in the offense and just in terms of everything the Giants are trying to do, is it just like up a whole nother level?
It's definitely up a whole nother level. This will be my first time, going into the year, in a good spot, and going into the same team with the same team. Yeah, so I was with every team so far for 1 year, and then cake to the curb.
So how has it made a difference for you?
I just feel like they trust me. I feel like there's a trust there, and I feel like I play really good. And whatever I'm asked to do, I feel like I do it, and I do it at a high level. And now it's just taking that step and going out there and adding to it.
We spoke in the last year, and I think I asked you this, but I'll ask you again for the people that maybe didn't listen to the radio pregame show that week. What's the difference between being a good kick returner versus being a good punt returner?
You got to be fearless. Kick returners are like, I would say the job is easier because you don't have anybody screaming at your face in the moment. But punt returners, you just got to be fearless. You got 2 gunners and a whole team coming down. So 10 guys plus the punter, shooting down there as fast as they can to, try to take you out. And the difference between that and, kick return, obviously, they can't move until the ball is actually, touched the ground or has been caught. So, yeah, the job is a little bit different, and the way the ball comes off the foot. Kickoffs are end over end. Punts can be so many different ways, and you just got to be able to, rely on your technique, all your training, and then go out there and, field those balls in any condition. So.
How did the new kickoff rules change your approach on kickoff returns, and how did it change just kick returns in general, in your opinion, now that we've been through it for a whole year?
It definitely, I feel like, it made it easier. You get a straight line, and if you know football at all, too many people on the same plane is not good. Once you break past that one row, it's nothing but, the end zone next. So I feel like it's helped, and then, I'm the type of person that I can find a hole, I could create one, and I'm going to hit it every time. So it made the game so much easier for me, and I'm trying to go out there and, put on even the bigger show than what I did last year.
You think around the league, they're trying to create even more, have fewer touchbacks. Do you think we're going to see, not just from you, but in general, more kick return for touchdowns as teams try to figure this thing out a little bit?
I would like to say, yeah. You got dynamic players, all across the board, and the way it's set up, I believe that, the more chances you get, the more likely it is for, those plays to actually come to fruition. So
now you also have a chance to be in this offense for a second year. Do you think we might get more of a taste of you a wide receiver a little bit?
That's exactly what I want to do. I want to show the world that I'm actually a good receiver, and I don't even need a lot. If you go through my whole career at college, early on in the NFL, shoot, I only need the ball. I only need to touch the ball 2-3 times, and I might have 100 yards or something like that. You get what I'm saying? So I do my work, in minimal touches. When I won Holiday Bowl MVP, I had 2 catches. I finished the game with 3 touchdowns. Get what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't need that many chances, but when I do have the ball, I'm something to see, and I'm worth watching.
Efficient and explosive. It's a good combination.
Hello, gets the job done.
You're good stuff, Matt. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
If you want to know how to manage 2 minutes of crunch time football, I'm your man. But if you're wondering about a long-term financial plan, you should talk to Citizens. Hey, I can also talk lawn care.
I'd like to learn about a mowing routine.
Yes, I knew I could help. Make sense of your money with Citizens.
And now we welcome in Giants wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale, what's up, dude?
How you doing? I'm doing well.
So how's this offense different heading into this year for you? Like, you've seen this evolve, different quarterbacks, and I think Brian Dable does a great job of adjusting what he wants to do to the players. And when you have a bunch of new quarterbacks, all new quarterbacks except for Tommy, things are going to change. So how do you think this thing's going to look different?
I definitely think it'll just look different just from the standpoint. Hopefully we have a guy back there that's just always consistent back there, and we don't have to worry who's a revolving door and things like that. But I just think we'll just continue to try to create explosives in the run game and the pass game. And I think as receivers, we just got to do our jobs and go out there and get open.
Are you enjoying moving around more? You talked about this, in the media. I had Jalin here, and he's like, dude, I'm back in the slot. This is awesome. And I'm like, well, if you're in the slot, that means Wan'Dale's probably outside.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah, no, I love it. I definitely like getting moved around a lot. And
how does that help you?
I just think it expands all of my routes, especially on third downs. I run a lot of option routes, and just getting the defenders to back up a little bit and think, okay, he can run by me here, and just different routes that I can run from different alignments, inside, outside, motioning to a lot of different places. So just continue to be a valuable target for the quarterback.
Even in the spring against your teammates in unpadded practices, can you see the impact on defensive backs that having a quarterback like Russ that's always looking to go vertical can have on them?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. It's like you give him one little shot and he's going to take it. And it's our jobs to go out there and make those plays. So, he tells us all the time he's going to give us chances. The defender's back's turned, he's going to throw it up. So it's on us to go out there and make the play.
What makes the Russ deep ball that is one of the best in football?
Man, it just drops right in that bucket.
Soft.
I'd say it's soft, and it looks like a punt almost when it's coming down, just with that tight spiral. And but it's really nice to catch. So
Is it tough adjusting your eyes though, where you have to, to pick it up? So I'm sure when you get into the stadium, especially, right? If it has more altitude on it, right, and more arc on it, do you have to adjust how you're locating the ball in the air?
Definitely a little bit, but I mean, for the most part, he kind of judges your speed and he could kind of put it right there. Haven't had to stop for too many balls or jump up and go grab something, so it's really, for the most part, been in stride.
What has it been like gaining chemistry with him? How has he been easy to work with and trying to figure that stuff out?
Oh yeah, I mean, he tells you exactly what he wants, and then obviously he's collaborative with us even whenever we're telling him this is how we want to do it, run a route or something like that. And so I mean, it's been great. Just nice knowing you have a vet back there that he's going to do exactly what he needs to do, and he's going to tell you exactly what he needs out of you.
And I know Brian Daboll has, even with the media, and he doesn't say much to the media, but one thing he has said to the media is that, look, we need more explosive plays on offense, right? Do you see the formula for this offense to, finally start getting some more explosive plays in the passing game? Yeah,
I mean, I don't think there's any question about that. Obviously, with the deep balls, and then I think we can just do some more with the run after catch too. And I think that this just goes all together with hand in hand with the quarterback and receivers, just being able to get a catchable ball that you can catch and run with, and also hitting them in stride on the deep balls, so that way we don't have to stop either. So.
Hey, look, and I'm seeing a bunch of screen passes too at the wide receivers. I'm seeing a lot of running backs going down the field and catching the balls down the field. I really do feel like the offense with Russ there just has a very different feel to it, just in terms of how they're trying to attack the defense.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I mean, I think they know he excels at throwing the deep ball, and obviously I think everybody knows that we would all like to go deep, and obviously the less play drives that we have, the better. So, obviously we're tired of the 10, 12 play drives and want a couple just 4 or 3 play drives,
What are your personal goals you've kind of set out for yourself, where you want to improve, where you want to get better this year?
Speaking on it, I say down the field. I just feel like if I open up the down the field stuff, the underneath will be that much more open and create that many more opportunities for run after catch, which I feel like it's kind of my special ability. So,
well, we can't wait to see it. Wan'Dale, thanks, dude. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. That's the Giants wide receivers. Great talking to them. It should be a big year with new quarterbacks in the building. Some big-time production from these guys as they try to find chemistry with this set of quarterbacks. That's all the time we have for the Giants Huddle podcast, brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. We'll see you next time.